guys, Tomboy601, and today we're taking out the Muavenet, the all-new Tier 4 Pan-European destroyer. This is the first of the line of this new split of Pan-European destroyers that are in early access. Of course, you could go off and attempt to get them in early access crates. My advice to you is, unless you get those early access crates for free, don't bother buying any more of them. This line of ships will come for free next update, and you will be able to grind through them absolutely free. So, unless you're really just wanting to save your time on the grind, or I don't know what other reason you'd really want to go and buy the early access crates when you can get them for free. But this is the first ship. This is the first one that you're going to get in the line. In order to unlock it, once it's out of early access, you will have to have the Visby, which is the other Pan-European Tier 4. You'll have to go about halfway through its unlock path in order to be able to then purchase Muavenet. Muavenet, as far as what it is, well, it's a British I-class destroyer that Turkey bought, then Britain bought from Turkey, and then Turkey bought it back from Britain. So yeah, it's been a Turkish ship twice from my understanding, which is very interesting. As far as what this ship maintains from this new line, or what it features and its differences from Visby, is going to be kind of the main characteristics of this new line. So HE only, with a very decent gun system. You have 120mm guns, 4.8 second reload, 9% chance to set fire. They'll do about 2,100 damage per shot, and have a 10.4 kilometer range. As you can see, we're doing decent damage up against this Leander here, as we've been able to take a couple of pot shots at him as he was going behind that rock there. We don't see that the cap is contested, so that tells us, well, there's someone else here with us, and we're even still spotted while we're in here. Leander smokes up. We're like, okay, well, we're going to need to push, so we'll go ahead, start the push in, and see what happens. It looks like our team has mainly come over to the B side on this push, and well, it looks like we have a T-22 out of his smoke, and now we can see what these guns will do to a fellow destroyer. And as we turn out, this is kind of what you want to do with this ship. The guns have pretty good velocity across the range so far, so from what I can tell. So being able to get to some range, you can see we did okay with the T-22 there. Of course, we did have assistance from our team, but I have found the DPM on these destroyers to be incredibly good, or at least standing up very well to at least the Americans. You just have to kind of know the playstyle and understand what you have to do to be successful. And I guess we should go ahead and talk about this. And base right now for what you have to do in order to be successful in these ships is really understand where enemy ships are going to be and to set yourself up for success. They do sort of mirror the Americans at these lower tiers, right? They have the same sort of consumables. They have a damage control party, they have a smoke, and they have an engine boost. The torpedoes, I think, are slightly better than the Americans, just on kind of usability grounds. You can sort of stealth fire the torpedoes, if I recall, where the Americans are just the same. They're on that little bubble of being able to stealth fire them. The Americans, I think, are going to have better smoke, maybe slightly better DPM, but overall, they're kind of equaling out as far as cat contesting ships. As Leander smoke dissipates here, he's going to go ahead and focus on us. Thankfully, our teammate is able to wipe the Leander out, and that leaves the Minkaze there, as he also drops out dead. And well, that leads our what can only just be described as large flotilla the ability to capture the spare cap over here. Of course, when you're in a situation like this, you kind of want to make some room between yourself and the rest of the team. If you and the team are all in the same grid square, any ship can angle to your entire team, which means you're not going to get crossfire. So what we're doing here is we're setting ourselves up to kind of go try to defend A, try to be a nuisance to the rest of their team, provide spots if, you know, the rest of our team wants to play in this flotilla. We go ahead, activate our engine boost as, well, Molotov is right there. And you're going to see this is one of those times where we kind of wish we had the AP, as he goes somewhat broadside, but the HE does pretty good. We'll drop off the torpedoes short, and see if we can go ahead and get the hit there and turn out and back towards just trying to get distance between ourselves and the Molotov. Muavenet is a relatively small ship, so any sort of range that we're able to get, we will take. As we do end up taking down the Molotov right there, Mackinson pops up, and I'm kind of hesitant to start firing quite yet because given the rate of capture on this cap point, it tells us there's probably another destroyer out and about, and well, there's his torpedoes. So we're going to kind of start pushing over. Remember, our main goal here, we don't have a lot of health, is just to be able to provide spots for our team. The enemy Vostros pops up, and well, we are going to be able to out DPM him. Is it 2 salvos and he's down? Yep, 2 salvos, he's down. He only gets 1 off on us. That does reveal our position to this Mackinson. So now we kind of get to long range running gun against this Mackinson. And this also kind of shows what this class of destroyers can do. They do have a large detectability field, and you know, like the American destroyers, you kind of build into stealth. The commanders here, like while we have Swirsky who has that initial stealth beat, you're kind of more swayed to build into the guns, and as a result, you do maintain a pretty decent detectability radius. Overall, we're sitting at like 5.7, which is kind of common for the gunboats, or at least for a non-stealth built gunboat in this game. And as a result, you kind of learn to know when you need to play it at range. And you can see, or at least you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. If you look at the minimap, we do have that one island off to our port side. We want to get ourselves between that and the Mackinson. That will give us 2 things. One, if we want to try and set up a torp run on the Mackinson, it should provide us the sort of cover to make the turn, and also it'll block us visually, because at least as it stands now, we're at a decent range where we can read the Mackinson's shells and dodge them. But if we kind of go in, turn in, give ourselves that much silhouette against the Mackinson on our turn, he'll most likely hit us there, and we could really only take 1, maybe 2 shells from him at this point. I'm not 100% sure, but as Mackinson goes behind the island, he sort of starts turning in towards us. We use the barrier of the map to help us with the turn, and then we are going to kind of push ourselves towards the intercept line here. That gives us a very efficient path in order to close the distance the most efficiently. One thing to note on the Muavenet, very kind of weak torpedo armament, 6 kilometer range, 72 knots, 6,200 damage, 38 knot top speed, but only 1 rack. So you do kind of have to be sure that what you're doing in order to finish someone off. But Mackinson, with not much health left, still being spotted by our team, and torpedoes, I don't know if they're looking good, but we'll see if they hit, and they do. We take him down. That ends the match, and guys, that is the Muavenet. Overall, this new line, I'm really liking. I'm really having a good time, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, if you like videos like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.